Hello, it's Alex here from VG247.com, and I have, as you can see, a PlayStation 4 Pro right here. So a lot of people do unboxings, but let's be fair, none of you care about what order things are in the box, what the packaging looks like, or very few of you do. If you do, I don't know, I don't quite know why. So, but anyway, I've saved us some time. I've saved us me cocking about with scissors and things, and just already opened it and got everything out. But I wanted you to see the box, because it's a bloody big box. It took me by surprise. I mean, I'd seen the machine in person before anyway, but I was still taken aback when I saw the size of the box. So I figured I would show that little comparison. If I move this out of the way, this is the first console box I could find. You can see it's quite a bit, you know, it's quite a big box. But it is quite a sizable machine, and I've actually got the machines here as well, so I will show you this in comparison to the Xbox One S and the regular PS4, so you can see the comparison. I don't have a PS4 Slim, so I can't do that comparison, and I can't be bothered to disconnect the old Xbox One because that's in the living room, so you'll have to imagine that one. But I got the One S and I got the standard PS4 here, so here we go. So first things first, have to mention, this is the first time I'm, seeing this. I bought it back this afternoon, briefly visited Sony's office to go and grab it, so I haven't actually taken it out of here. So this is going to be interesting. So let's take a look at the machine. So you can see here, first off, just want to quickly show, you have the PlayStation symbols on the bottom there, much the same as you did with the PS4 Slim. Nice little touch. They're sort of rubberized to stop them from doing any scratches on anything. We've got the back of the machine here, and I will cover up the serial number just to show you sort of here, but you should all know you've got a HDMI, you've got an auxiliary port that's for the PlayStation camera, you've got a digital out optical, you've got a USB and a LAN. So pretty standard stuff. Obviously, you've still got the optical on here, unlike the Slim. One thing to note is it's a big plug here. So in Britain, we would call that like a kettle style plug. So the previous PS4 was obviously a smaller size plug, but that one is a big one. So, this is the machine. I think it's a pretty damn good looking thing, all things considered. Obviously got two USBs on the front here, and sort of have this continuation of the shape and style of the original PS4, but with a sort of extra layer added on top. So when I first saw it, my first instinct was, back at the PlayStation meeting, I was like, oh, it's like a hamburger shape. And it sort of is. So that's the machine. It's, there's only so many ways you can shoot what is essentially a black box, especially when you're doing it alone. People who have camera crews are far luckier. But what else is in the box? So pretty simple, unexciting stuff. Standard issue kettle plug, like I say, so any old one of those will work. That is that also what the... No, that's also what would go into the Xbox One power brick, but the Xbox One S actually has the same type of plug that the original PS4 had. We have a HDMI cable. I'm not even going to take that out. You guys know what that looks like. We have the standard issue Sony headset. You'll be familiar with this if you bought an original PS4. It's the same headset as far as I know. It's not a great headset. It'll do you okay, but you really want to buy another one if you're going to get serious about online, or at least serious about chatting to people online. We have the controller charge cable. Pretty well documented, standard issue, mini USB, micro USB thing. And we'll take this out briefly, but we have the new PlayStation 4 wireless controller, except it's pretty much the same as the old one, feels the same as the old one. If you bought a launch PS4, you might notice the triggers are they did something to them to make them more reliable, and I think it did make a decent difference. And you'll also notice that they're sort of a grey colour rather than pitch black. Also, if you turn it on, you'll notice we have the light bar here now, as well as on the back. So you'll be able to see what colour the light bar is and get some information in certain games based off that. But hey ho, it's the same controller, there's not much shocking there. We're going to truck right along with this. We just want to get to the good stuff. Let's see if we can give a little bit of extra light so you can see the machine a little bit better when we do this. So we'll take one last quick look at this. PS4 inscribed there. You know, the power and eject buttons are physical, and if you can hear the click, they're physical buttons this time, thank God, and they're really simply labelled, because even after years of owning a PS4, I still don't know on the original PS4 which one of those bloody buttons is on and which one is eject. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much the machine. So let's real quick before we wrap up look at far more important. Oh, by the way, there's also in the box, there's also some documentation. Nothing too interesting, to be honest with you, but hey, you've got a thing, pamphlet. There's, I think in a smart move, there's the only advert in the whole thing is an ad for Horizon Zero Dawn, which I think is one of the best. It's one of the best showcases of the PS4 Pro, based on what I've seen of it, which I'll talk about that more on the website, so look out on VG247.com for an article on that. You've got the standard issue, guarantee and safety guff. You've also got a quick start guide, which is all the crap you all already know how to do. It does say on the front, welcome to the wonderful life of a PS4 player, which is a little bit pompous if you ask me, but there you go. So, let's look at the original PS4 first. So here's my original launch day PlayStation 4, dusty and scratched as she is. And so you can see, next to the Pro, it's not a huge difference actually. I mean, the Pro is a lot heavier, quite a bit heavier. But you know, if you look width-wise, stack this on top of this, so you can see there's not a huge amount of difference. We're talking under a centimetre in width. However, you will see the Pro is, you know, a good inch taller. It is, and also if we sort of line them up back to back, you'll see. So I've got my hand on the back there, and I have that pretty much flat. Yeah, let's say there. So that's pretty much flat, and so you'll see it's actually, the Pro actually comes out a fair bit more on the front. But you know, I think they made some smart design choices. I think it looks like a member of the PlayStation 4 family, so to speak. And I'm so glad they got rid of the glossy bit, because although the fact that this can pop off and, you know, you can replace it with like faceplates was a good idea, I think. Nobody used them. The only faceplates I ever saw were little promotional ones, and that bit just scratches and starts to look crap. It looks crap on this one. So I'm glad they got rid of that for this. In fact, the only glossy bit on this is the PlayStation logo. And for a little quick comparison for the other side of the aisle, here's my Xbox One S. So you can see the One S it's a small machine. It's a little bit stouter, it's a little bit thicker. Again, if we just kind of do a little stack there, you can see it's so hard to tell, but it is. Yeah, there you go. It's that much thicker than the PS4 Pro, but it is significantly shorter, like by a long way, and it's actually almost exactly identical in height. Obviously, the big difference is this isn't a huge power boost. It does support HDR, but it's not. It is the same guts more or less as an Xbox One, whereas this baby is powerful and quite different. But yeah, I mean, I just wanted to do, you know, the unboxing thing is never the most exciting thing in the world, but I wanted to show you guys what was in the box. It's exactly what you expect. Hey ho, it's a plug, it's a controller, it's a HDMI cable, it's a headset. The stand that is even pictured on the box, rather cheekily, you can see the stand on the bottom there, is not included, which I think is a bit of a pisser. It's worth saying it was only included in the very first run of the Xbox One S as well. So, but that means I don't know how much they're going to charge for that. But if I had to guess, you're looking at 15 quid, 20 bucks, something like that to get the stand. But it does seem to stand on its own fairly securely, although I wouldn't trust it with pets or kids running around or anything like that. But and exactly the same is true of the One S as well. So yeah, that is the PlayStation 4 Pro. I think it's a lovely looking machine. I think it looks nice. I think it is a decent power upgrade, and we'll talk more about that on VG247.com in the coming weeks. But I think, you know, it's a smart move. One wonders, I think there are a lot of questions about this machine as with regards to the cost of getting a HD, HDR and 4K enabled TV and all that sort of stuff. But, you know, not a bad little piece of kit, and it feels sturdy and strong, and in the same sort of way the PS4 did, where I think Sony did a great job there, because I just remember thinking those launch model PS3s, and all the George Foreman grill PS3s, I always thought they were really, they had a really dubious sort of feel to them, a dubious plasticky feel. That has not been the case with any of the PS4 family, with the Slim as well. So they've done a good job there. So yeah, that is the PS4 Pro. It's out pretty damn soon now, like a matter of days from you guys seeing this video. If you head to VG247.com, you will find way more on it. I'll be looking at how the different games perform, how it performs on a 4K TV, how it performs on a 1080p TV set, all that sort of stuff. Just give you the full lowdown so you can know if it's worth your attention and your money. But yeah, that's what's in the box. That's what it looks like. So until next time, everyone. See ya.